You're listening to the Practical Living Podcast with Doreen Rainey, where we focus on purpose, peace, and prosperity. Our goal is to support you in applying the teachings of Christ in your everyday life. It's episode 17 of Practical Living, and this is Doreen Rainey, and today we are talking about build. Now, our foundational scripture for this podcast is 1 Thessalonians 5:11, and it says, "Therefore, encourage one another and build up one another, just as you also are doing." And we have been breaking down the elements of this scripture. And the last couple of episodes, we talked about therefore, and we also talked about encourage. And today, we're looking at build. I love to ask the question, what are you building? With this life that you have, what is it that you are erecting? And you know, I love definitions. And so if we look at what the word build means, it means to form by ordering and uniting materials by gradual means into a composite whole, to construct. And when I think about what we are building, if you are a Christian, then what you are building is a life that represents who God created us to be. And everything that we do, every action we take, every word out our mouth, every resource that we tap into, everything should have the objective of leading us to building the life that God created us to have. And what I love about this definition of build, when you talk about uniting, it says to form by ordering and uniting materials. You have to ask, what are we uniting? If we are building this life for Christ, what is it that we are uniting in this process? And the answer to that is that we are uniting His ways, His beliefs, and His actions, and our actions, beliefs, and ways. And if those two things do not line up, then you are missing the mark in your faith walk. The other piece about this definition of build that I love is it says that you are ordering and uniting materials by gradual means. I love that word gradual when it talks about a faith walk. Because this process of being all that God created us to be is not an overnight process. It is actually a lifetime process. Every day affords us the opportunity to continually evolve, to continually elevate to new levels of faith, to new levels of service, to new levels of gratitude, to new levels of purpose, new levels of peace, prosperity, abundance. And no matter where you are today, we should be excited that there's more for us, more joy, more love, because we are every day gradually connecting to who He created us to be. And so I want to share with you a scripture today that talks about building, and it is from Luke chapter 6, verses 47 through 49. And it says, "I will show you what it's like when someone comes to me, listens to my teaching, and then follows it. It is like a person building a house who digs deep and lays the foundation on solid rock. When the floodwaters rise and break against that house, it stands firm because it is well built." So here are the instructions on how we are to build. We are to build first by coming to Him, accepting Christ and coming to Him, giving ourselves over to Him. Secondly, it tells us to listen to his teachings, which means you are studying the word, studying his life, studying his lessons, studying his faith. And then the third part of building this solid foundation is that you follow it. And so the litmus test for how well you are building the life that God created you to do or created you to have is to ask yourself, did I come to him? Am I listening to his teachings? And am I acting on it? Well, I hope that this session has gotten you pumped up about all that you are building in your life for him. Because when we do that, that is when we experience the ultimate level of contentment, the ultimate level of joy, and the ultimate level of peace. So until next time, be encouraged and keep building. Thank you for listening to this episode of Practical Living. You can connect with us on Instagram at Practical Living Ministries and on our website at practicallivingministries.org.